Hi, everybody, and welcome. Today is August 28th, Monday, August 28th here in Northeast Pennsylvania in the Poconos area. The weather is nice and cool out. It's been wonderful. And I'm with Ellen again today, and we're continuing talking about the many faces of fear. And specifically today, we're going to talk about procrastination and how it is connected to fear. So, Ellen, will you say hi to everybody today?
Yes. Hi, everyone. We are at the end of the month and you have been here with us. Thank you so much. We appreciate your following. We appreciate your comments. And so today we are continuing with our talk of the many phases of fear procrastination. And why do we choose procrastination? Procrastination, I personally have to deal with it, believe it or not. I think that we all victims of it, and more often when we're not aware of it, we become more victims of it. We don't even know it's happening, and I think that that's the bad thing about it. When you don't know what's happening, then you become a victim of it. Yet, when you know what is happening and you're aware that you're procrastinating, then you're more likely to know what you need to do to get things done. And who on earth has not procrastinated ever before? Have you procrastinated before? Think
Who, me?
about all the,
Me? Who, me?
think about all the times that you had a project and you waited for the last minute for the night before to work on it and to submit it before a few minutes before it was due. Whether you're in school, whether you're working on a project for your business or your job, we all do it all the time. And sometimes we wonder, why do we do it to ourselves? Why do we do that to ourselves? And that's the question that most of us, when we become aware of it, we ask that question. And so today we wanted to really tell you that procrastination is also another phase of fear. Many of us don't see it as another phase of fear, but it's definitely a phase of fear because fear is in the essence of what we call procrastination. Can you grab that?
Ellen, one of the ways that I know I've procrastinated is like if not so much a short-term project, but something that I said I wanted to do, I was going to do, and then it's months later, and I still acting like I want to do it. And how I know I was procrastinating, I can look back and say, I was going to do this, but it's been a month, and I've done nothing on it. So I must be procrastinating. So I sort of like I call back into my procrastination on something like that. Usually it's something that's not a big project. It's just something I should be doing this, and something stops me.
hmm hmm But what I want to make sure that we become aware of it is, that we all experience procrastination. We all do it. The I think that the downfall of it is when we are procrastinating and we're not even aware of what we're doing. Because we are all humans and we have these emotions that we have learned. And fear, is procrastination is a form of fear because in your mind you're telling yourself unconsciously that if you do this, if you prolong taking care of the project, paying the car tickets or paying the bills or finishing the term paper or making that phone call with the client that you know that you're supposed to follow up with or doing a presentation to a business partner that you wanna collaborate with. So many things that we have that we want to work on, yet our little mind, okay, our conscious, our ego tell us, no, you don't want to do that now because it's gonna be too painful. It's too uncomfortable to do it now. So just wait for the last minute to get it done. And all this conversation is happening without you even knowing it's happening. And I think that is the key, because once you become aware that is happening, now you can at least say to yourself, you know what? This is what I'm doing. And I really need to put one of the things that I like to do is when I'm starting working on a project, and even when I coach my clients, is I tell them put a due date on whatever you're working on. Because when you have a due date, even if you wait until the last minute, at least you know you're gonna get it done. And have you ever um, procrastinated until the last minute and then you did it and you figure, man, it wasn't that bad after all. It was so quickly. You know, how many of us wait until the last minute, until the 15th to do our taxes? Just think about that. Why is it that we waiting for the last minute? What is it that makes us wait for the last minute? Think about it.
In line with that, Ellen, what are we getting out of it? I mean, we must get something out of procrastinating and not doing something, whether it's our taxes or something else we should do. Are we, I mean, psychologically, are we getting something out of it by just not doing it?
Well, it has been said that we humans, we will do more for to avoid pain than to receive pleasure. So if in our mind we think that it's going to be too painful or too uncomfortable, we will avoid it at all costs. Yes, that's how we are, unfortunately. Most of us are like that. But yet, the beautiful thing about it is that I keep saying to you, once you become aware what is happening, that makes it's the shift. That makes the difference. And probably you say, well, Ellen, you talk about so much about being aware. How do you become aware? How do you become aware that this is happening? Okay. Remember a few weeks ago, a few months ago, we talked about learning to know who you are and learning to know you and how you operate, what causes you to operate in certain ways. And a lot of times, you know, it is very hard for you to know that when you do it on your own. And that's the reason why coaching is so important. I can honestly say it for myself, and even for my clients who get coached, they're like, wow, it's so simple. It's so simple. Why is it that I didn't see it? You won't see it because you're in it, you're inside the box. Someone outside the box will be able to see it and to help you discover, uncover, and tap into your inner wisdom and help you to go through whatever it is that you're going through and to help you make better choices.
Well, do you think we're getting anything like feeling sorry for ourselves out of that? Like if we have to do something uncomfortable, like maybe paying a ticket, like you said, or we owe the IRS some money and we hold off to the end until that. Do you think we're getting something out of that psychologically? Feeling sorry for ourselves or something like that all this time we're procrastinating? Is there any tie in there? I mean, it just flashed by me when you were saying something before that we may be getting something out of it.
Well, the only thing that we're getting out of it is avoiding pain. We're avoiding the pain that we perceive that we will have if we get it done at that moment. So what we're doing is avoiding procrastination is a perception of or fear of pain. And because we don't want to feel the pain, we will avoid it at all costs. We are going to do that. Humans, we do more for avoiding pain than to receive pleasure. And you would think that we would do more for receiving pleasure, right? Because we want to be happy, we want to be joyful, we want to have a fulfilled life. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. It only works like that when you train yourself. Just and that, like if you say, how does that happen? We have been trained to act like that. We have everything has been learned and trained. So once we unlearn those bad habits and know what to do when that happens, then we're free from it. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I am more free than I used to be about procrastination, 5 years ago. Now I can see myself when I'm procrastinating, and I can see what I need to do regardless of the procrastination. When I sit down with my clients and I'm speaking with them, they saying that they want to start a business, that they saw a presentation, it looks good, that they're so excited about it, but they're just gonna wait. Why is it that they're gonna wait? They fear something bad is gonna happen. Usually, they fear something bad is gonna happen. Yet, just like we spoke weeks ago, right? If what if instead of thinking something bad happened, what if we train our mind to think that something great is going to happen, something good, that outcome is going to be very rewarding. And so we train our mind to think like that. As soon as you feel that your thing, that you're feeling like, I want to wait, that's your red flag. You ask them, okay, why is it that you want to wait? What's the reward of waiting? And so then you recognize it and you say, what if I knew that I will not fail? If I do this, if I knew that I will not fail 100%, will I go ahead and do it? You will do it right away. You won't wait. See, but it's the process, that the perception of what's at hand that stops us and that makes us procrastinate. Does that make
So,
sense?
yes. Tell me how I've been trained to procrastinate. That stuck out to me when you're talking. How was I trained to procrastinate? I mean, where did it start?
That's a very good question. If I knew, I am
Did,
so sorry, but I did not know when you learned it or when we learned it. It's just, I know that we learned it because we did not come with that. You
did,
know,
did we
we
get
were
it from?
not born with it. It's a lot of the habits that we have. We learned it as, especially, like the first 6 years of our life. Those are crucial years. If you raise a child from baby up to 6 years old and you leave that child on his own, that child is gonna survive and it's gonna know what to do. I can promise you. You have me here, right here. My mom left me when I was 6 years old, and my grandmother was really old. She didn't really take care of me. I took care of myself. And so when I look back and I think about it and I hear that analogy that the first 6 years of a child is so important, how you raise that child, that you already have that character in you. You learned it. You have learned enough by the time you're 6 years old to to live life. So that's just how it is. And just, if you have children, I would suggest that you watch your children, observe your children, and think about your own life. Go back to the time, if you can remember, from 6 years old up to now, or if you can remember before 6 years old. I hardly remember things before 6 years old, but we're capable of doing it. I haven't developed that yet, but it is possible.
So I guess summing it up is we get that from what we learn from the adults around us when we're maturing.
Hmm.
Ellen, we're just about a minute and a half here to go here. If someone was coming to you to get some coaching, what would be a start maybe with something on procrastination? Can you give them a little sample of what you might start out with, a little tidbit of what you would start out with to help them with procrastination or fear in general?
One of the first things to do is to recognize what is it that you're feeling. And if it's fear or any phase of fear, doubt, worry, procrastination, what people think of you, about what you're gonna do or not do, those things. That's the reason why when we started, this has been kind of building. If you really look at all the videos that we've been doing, we started with learning to know who you are. And that is so important. I cannot stress enough how important that is. That is so key to know who you are. And we definitely help you with that, to learn who you are. And the answers are within you. I promise you, all the answers are within you. The key is, do you know how to get the answers out of you? And that's where I come in. See, that's where I come in. I help you find the answers that are within you, and I coach you through it. And what I can say to you, we are working right now. I'm so excited, and I really want to share with you. We are working on having a a retreat, a live retreat at the Poconos, and we're gonna have the link next week, so you can take a look all the details about it. But it's going to be an amazing event that will help you to live life consciously and to learn and to tap into that wisdom within yourself. So I invite you to keep your eyes on our in our promotions and just stay on it. Okay. If you have any questions, send me a message. If you have any concern, send me a message. Don't think about it twice. Just do it. Okay. And like us on Facebook, like us on social media, and let's keep the conversation going. Okay. So thank you so much for staying with us, and until next time.
And don't procrastinate. Send it now. Bye, everybody.
Yes.